Hi everyone, myself Pratik. Today I welcome you all for my YouTube channel. In this video I would like to talk about the fundamental analysis of a company called Dr. Reddy's. So Dr. Reddy's is a India-based pharmaceutical company which has spread its legs all around the world with their manufacturing facilities and the products and drugs which they have launched. In this video of a fundamental analysis of a Dr. Reddy's, I will be explaining about the topic of business which the Dr. Reddy's is operating, next the history of a Dr. Reddy's, next the shareholding pattern of a Dr. Reddy's, next the financial statement, financial ratios, next the analyst report which they have given on the Dr. Reddy's, what they will going to expend for the next FY22 estimate, next about the lastly about the conclusion part about the Dr. Reddy's. So in the first, let me talk about the business part of a Dr. Reddy's. So Dr. Reddy's mainly operate in the three major business segments. Firstly, the pharmaceutical services and active ingredients, and global generics and proprietary products. If I want to explain all this business in details means it takes huge time. So because of that, I'm going to give introduction about all three businesses. So the first business is that the pharmaceutical services and active ingredients. What does it means is that fever, the disease of a fever will be there. There is a tablet called paracetamol. The paracetamol is the active ingredients which will be there in the tablets which use it to cure the fever disease. So in the tablet there is also called as an active and inactive ingredients. The active ingredients will be used to cure the diseases, that is known as active ingredients. They are into the business of that. Secondly, about the global generics. What is a global generics means that there is a branded drug and there is an unbranded drug. So the branded drugs which the R&D will be done before developing any kind of a drug, they will be doing a R&D. It involves a lot of money. So they will be put into that. So they will develop a new drug and they will going to take a patent on it for 17 to 20 years. So after the patent expires, the generic players will come into play and they will going to copy the products, copy the drug which is already present, already developed. They will going to copy it. They will going to manufacture and give to the customer with a lesser cost of 80 to 85%. So this is called as a generic medicines. Nextly, about the proprietary products. So what does the proprietary product means is that it is a patent or a trademark of a drug which is delivered to the end consumer. So this is all about the three business of an introduction about 3D business. So there is a in-depth knowledge. If you want, you can go to the Google and take a knowledge about that. If I want to explain that in this video itself, it takes too much of time. That's the reason I am giving a small introduction about the three businesses, what they are operating. Dr. Reddy's also offers a portfolio of products and services in the pharmaceutical industries. In that, active pharmaceutical ingredients called API, next custom pharmaceutical services, next biosimilars, generics and differentiated formulations. So they are into this business. What is the portfolio product services which they are offering to the pharmaceutical industry is that, so if any kind of an R&D will be done from a different companies, if they want to develop a drug, there is a huge cost is involved. So there is also worry that if they are not getting an approval from an authorities like US FDA or ICMR, so they cannot manufacture and deliver to the consumer. They have to get authorities permission to manufacture and deliver to the consumer. If that has to happen means the product has to meet the regulation which has to be set by the US FDA and ICMR. So that consultant portfolio services which is offered by Dr. Reddy's. So this is the another business which the Dr. Reddy's is operating. So this is all about the business of a Dr. Reddy's. So next, let us focus on the history of Dr. Reddy's. The Dr. Reddy's has incorporated in the year of 1984 in Hyderabad by Dr. Anji Reddy with the initial investment of 25 lakhs. In the 1986, the Dr. Reddy's has listed in the stock exchange. In 1987, the Dr. Reddy's has got a first approval by US FDA. So what is US FDA means? If the product has to be launched in USA means they have to take a permission from US FDA to launch any kind of a drug in USA. In 1988, the companies has acquired a Benjamin Laboratories Private Limited for bulk active businesses. Next, the company has taken a lot of acquisitions of different labs and pharmaceuticals and manufacturing facilities all around the world. So the company has grown so fast in the pharmaceutical industries. They have spread legs all around the world. They have utilized every opportunities to grow further and further in the pharmaceutical industries. That is one of the very good positive point with respect to the Dr. Reddy's. In 2019, they have also launched a diabetes nutrition drink, and the company is spending for a research and development is almost 15,419 million rupees for a R&D spend to develop a different kind of a drugs for a different kind of a disease. So it's almost 8.8% of the revenue of the companies. Now the company is worth of 73,000 crore and with the annual turnover of 18,700 crores. What does it tell is that the company, which has started in the year of 1984 with the initial investment of 25 lakhs, it has now a net worth of 73,000. Think about the 25 lakh investments, think about the present value of a companies. So the company has grown so fast with a lot of hard work they have put into their businesses to improve their business to further and further in the pharmaceutical industries. So it is also one positive things which we have to know is that the Dr. Reddy's is one of the top 50 companies in India which has listed in the Nifty 50. So which is also a positive point with respect to the pharmaceutical industries called Dr. Reddy's. So next, let us focus on the shareholding pattern of the companies. The promoter is holding 26.73%. So the FIIs is holding 29.13%. The DIIs is holding 14.72%. Next, public is holding 29.19%. So when it comes to the shareholding pattern of the companies, what I found is that interesting about the shareholding pattern is that the negative point with respect to the shareholding pattern is the promoter is holding less in the company. Next, the institutions called FIIs and DIIs is holding more than 40% in the companies. Next, the public is holding nearly 25% in the companies. What does it show is that the negative point is that the promoter is holding less. Next, the positive point is that the FIIs and DIIs is holding more. So the FIIs and DIIs have a strong confidence about the companies. The company is doing very good. The company management is very good. So in the future, the promoters will going to take further improvement in their products to generate good returns for the investors. What the FIIs and DIIs are having confidence on that. So this is all about the shareholding pattern. Nextly, let us discuss about the financial statement of a company. So when it comes to the financial statement, first I will take you to the quarterly analysis of a financial statement. So one thing which you should focus in this financial statement is that in pharmaceutical companies, the profit and the revenues picture will not be stable. So the one example which I want to show in the quarterly analysis of December 2019, where you could see the revenues was 4,397,000 crores, the expenses was 4,686 crores, and the operating margins was minus 7%. So the expenses is more than the revenue. What does it show is that there it is a huge fluctuations will be there in the pharmaceutical industries. There will be a no consistent profit delivering will be seen in the pharmaceutical companies with respect to the quarter on quarter. So when it comes to the profit and loss account of an annual statement, when it comes to the financial statement of 10 years, in the year of 2010, so the sales figure was 6,800 crores revenue, which has significantly increased to 17,517 crores in the March 2020, almost 3 times the company's revenues from the year of 10 years. The company's revenues has increased thrice. So next, the profit also, you can see the profit is 618 crores in the March 2010. So it is significantly increased to 2,800 crores. It is almost a 4x jump in the profit part. So in the operating margin also, where you can see it is not consistently improving. From 19% to it has increased to 25%. After that, it has reduced its operating margin. So after that, it has significantly increased. So why this fluctuation will be there in the operating margin is mainly because it is not a consistent business what we can see in the pharmaceutical industries. There will be a regulatory authorities, they will be putting a fine for this kind of a companies. So there is also a risk in this business is that so they have to recall the products when there is some problems in the pharmaceutical industries, because it directly going to affect the human life. So that is the reason there is a huge risk in this business. Don't know whenever what is going to happen, that is expect that risk. So the company is doing well, the company pharmaceutical revenues and the profit has significantly increasing. As you can see in the EPS also, earning per share is significantly increased from 20 rupees to 130 rupees. So in year on year also it is increasing, but after 2015 the pharmaceutical industries has not given a traction of growth. After that in the 2020 the COVID-19 pandemic was a major boost is given to the pharmaceutical industries to boost their revenues and the profit. The company's financial statement seems to be good. The one negative point is that the company's financial statement is fluctuating. We have to be focused on that. So before getting into this kind of a companies, so before investing in this kind of a companies, we have to keep that in mind. So this is all about the financial statement of a companies. So next, let us look at on the financial ratios of a companies. So the current stock price of a company is trading at 4,518 rupees. Next, the debt to equity is 0.16. Next, the debt which they are having in their book is 2,661 rupees. So we need not to be so much scared about the debt, because the profit of a year is almost 2,800 crores. So 1 year profit they can repay the debt. So it is no much bigger concern for the companies to take care about the debt. Currently the stock price is trading at a PE of 33.5. So when it compares to the 5-year PE of 32.7, so the company is no longer expensive. It is trading at the 5 years average valuation itself. Next, when it comes to the return on equity, the return on equity is 13.6%. That is one of the biggest worry. So when it comes to the return on equity, we have to be still focused on that, because the return on equity should be higher than 15%, means it is a very good company. Next is the operating margin, which they are operating is 20%, is well good. So this is all about the financial ratios of a companies. So the one thing which we have to focus on the debt, next is the PE ratio, next is on the return on equity what they are operating. So other than that, the financial ratios seems to be very good. So next, let us focus on the analyst report, what they have given, whether they have given a target, more higher target for the next FY22, or buy signal or a sell signal on the companies. So firstly, ICICI Securities has given a target of 5,525 with the buy signal. Axis Direct, which has given a target of 6,200 rupees with a buy signal. Prabhudas Lilladher, which has given a target of 5,406 rupees with the buy rating. Nirmal Bang Institutions, which has given a target of 5,594 with the buy signal. MKAI, which has given a target of 5,770 with the buy signals. So the average target which all the institutions are expecting is almost 5,699 rupees for FY22. So all the brokerages, all the institutions have remained bullish on the stocks. So they are expecting the stock price to go higher from the current level. The current stock price is trading at 4,500 to 4,550. So the target which the brokerages are expecting is 1,000 points higher than the current levels. So almost 20% upside we could see in the current when it compares to the current stock price. So this is all about the financial analyst report. So next, coming to the conclusion about the company. So Dr. Reddy's is one of the very good companies in the pharmaceutical space. So the good news what we can expect in the near term is that so Dr. Reddy's has filed a drug approval with the ICMR for a Sputnik vaccine for a COVID-19. So they are into the second stage. If that has got approved, that could actually very good boost for their revenues and the profitability for the companies in the near terms. So that is actually going on. Still the approval has not given by the ICMR. If that is given, that is definitely a positive point with respect to the companies and the profitability and the return on the investor perspective also. So this is all about my analysis about these companies. If you want to invest in this company, please do your fundamental analysis and consult your financial planner before taking any kind of an investment decision in this company. In the coming days, I'll be coming up with the fundamental analysis of different companies. Please do like and subscribe to my channel to further receive the fundamental analysis of different companies. So till then, bye bye.